Hey guys, Jeff here, Aromatics. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Well, I was going to do a cigar review, and I thought I wanted to start adding a few like extra topics or something to talk about, even if it's just something small like a quote or something, to my videos, just to make them a little more than just reviews or my cigar journal. It's always nice to have something to listen to on top of a review. Just adds a little bit of flavor. And especially since a lot of us know each other in the community, a lot of people that watch our videos and my videos and what have you, we find those little things interesting about each other, and to hear opinions on things or just how things are going in our lives and that. So while I was doing that cigar review, I was thinking of a topic, and just recently Hello Kitty Piper was asking me if I heard of the tiny house movement. So it kind of reminded me of something, and I'll talk about that in a minute. First, we'll do a little housekeeping. Today I am smoking, it's a newer pipe that I got, and it's a Lorenzo Cadre. Just a cheaper pipe, I guess, but I like the look of it. And it's it smokes so great, but I can never find that perfect pipe. This one I like. The only thing I wish I could change was I'm not a big fan of the not being able to see the grain. It's almost a solid color. I wish I could. This was the exact same pipe, just with I think that's a fake plateau actually, but with a natural plateau and a nice, even if it's not a perfect grain, but just some sort of a grain, then I'd be like perfectly happy with it. I guess you can't have everything, but still a great smoking pipe. I love it. It's so light and small, just the right size. I like the way the stem feels. It smokes great. And in it, I am smoking some Old Joe Krantz. And the reason I'm smoking Old Joe Krantz is because I emailed Pipe and Beans. Some of you might know Pipe and Beans. He's a fellow presenter on YouTube. Talks about pipes and coffee. And I haven't heard from him in a while, so I thought I would just email him and check in on him. And he's doing well. He's doing fine. He just doesn't. Back to the Old Joe Krantz. What he said is he's really pretty much just smoking Old Joe Krantz these days, and he says that's kind of makes for boring videos. So he doesn't really have much to talk about, and so he's in a bit of a video slump. But that's okay. Some of us just do the videos for fun. So if there's nothing really fun to talk about, what's the point of doing a video, right? So it's fine. I told him that. So in case anyone's wondering, he's doing fine. And then he asked about Michael Whiteford, how he's doing from Whiteford Pipes. And he lives a couple hours away from me. And he's on my Facebook. And I think he's doing well. I haven't seen him on YouTube, but I think he's doing well. I think he's just busier than usual, getting out fishing and stuff with his dad, from what I can see on Facebook. But anyway, back to the topic of tiny houses, and maybe in the middle of that I'll talk about Old Joe Krantz a little bit, because I don't think I reviewed it. So I'll maybe add a little bit of a review to this video. So anyway, Christina asked me what I thought of this tiny house movement. And when I first saw I've seen one video on it, so I kind of know what it's about. And it's, I guess, this kind of these little houses you can buy that are really nice, compact houses. And I think they're only like a couple hundred square feet or something, and they have little appliances, and just they save space. And I don't know if they're mobile or not. But either way, they looked kind of cute, and I like the concept. It's a cheap way to live if you like living compact. But then it got me thinking, and I think I might title this video or subtitle it, "Shooting Yourself in the Foot." And sometimes we think we're doing the right thing or a smart thing, and usually we are in some circumstances. Or we try to beat the system. We might not necessarily want something, but we'll sacrifice for a better cause. Like, say, we'll cut back on hydro and suffer a little bit to save money, right? But then what happens is they just up the price. Like, here's a good example: electricity or gas or any of those companies. A lot of them, they have commercials telling you, oh, here's how you can save on electricity or how you can save on gas. And I'm thinking, what company that sells a product in their right mind tries to tell you how you can reduce using their like what they're selling. It doesn't make any sense unless they're trying to fool you, which is what they're trying to do with electricity, because they want you to save, cut back on the amount you use, and then they just end up charging the same amount later, raising the increases. So now they win double. They're charging you a little bit more and you're using a little bit less. And I think that's the same concept that could happen with this tiny house movement, is that people will start buying them and they'll be easy to buy, and they'll start, the initial bunch of people will probably save money and it'll be smart. But what will end up happening is the government's going to get their hand in it, or whoever, insurance companies, and they're going to start charging outrageous prices, because since they're saving all this money, they have more disposable income. So now they can charge more for wherever, like the properties that these houses are going on. They can make laws so that you can't put them wherever you want. Like probably right now you can probably put them in a lot of places, and then later on they'll limit where you can put them, and then charge a bunch of prices for services you need in order to live in these places. So then you end up having such a smaller house using a lot less resources, but yet still probably paying almost the amount of a full-sized house. That's the future I can see. That's what I can see happening with this. And then someday, if you have a big family and you want to go, or you have to go and buy a full-size house, you're not going to be able to afford it, because the economy is now geared towards these tiny houses. If that makes any sense to you guys. So it's kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. So I imagine the people that will get the advantage from this are the people that do it right away and take advantage of the cheap living while it's cheap. I used to live, actually my family and us, our first house was a trailer home, and it was a great first home. Cheap to live there, and it was nice. We enjoyed it. It was small, but we liked it. But now, around here anyway, in Ontario, Canada, I don't even think you can really get like mobile homes or trailer homes, like not the ones you actually move. You could move, but you don't really move. They just stay in the park the whole time. But now, that same park where we used to live, they have all these laws where you can't just, like now you have to have a cement pad or even a basement, and it costs, like outrageous prices just to lease the land that they're on. And I think some of the houses, when I bought mine, I think it was like $50,000, and then now these new ones are like $300,000 or more. It's ridiculous. You could get like a full-size house for cheaper than that. So I don't even know why people are buying them. So maybe because, I don't know, I really don't know. That whole time that this pipe, I was messing around with it with my pipe cleaner, it was still staying lit. So back to this Old Joe Krantz. Yeah, Old Joe Krantz. It was quite popular there for a while. I think it's still popular. I haven't heard too many people talk about it as much recently. Things come and go. It's a Cornell and Dio blend, and it is I think it's just mainly a Burley blend with a little bit of Virginia and a lot of Perique. And yeah, I haven't smoked it in a long time. I don't know why. I think because at first I bought it because I was really into the Perique, and I knew it had lots in there, and I was into strong tobaccos, so I enjoyed it. But now going back to it, to me, maybe my palate's changed, but there's almost too much Perique to the point where I like a lot of Perique, but that's pretty much all I'm tasting is that vinegar and a little bit of harshness. The Burley's there, but it's kind of, for me anyway, right now, it's kind of getting overshadowed by that huge amount of Perique. But on a good day, I've had a couple of good glory smokes with this Old Joe Krantz, so it definitely is a good blend. Really good if you like the nice stout blends. Speaking of stout, we'd probably go with a good Guinness beer, or there's a beer here, a craft beer you can get not too far from here called Triple D Dark Chocolate Stout, and it's very similar to Guinness, only it's carbonated. It's a lot more, got that carbonation thing going. Probably go good with this. So yeah, Anyway, I just thought I'd do a little chit-chat, something different today. Something different. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Fall's definitely here. It's chilly. I'm wearing my sweater and my coat now. And today's date, what's today? October 12th or something like that. Somewhere in October. Early October. A little chilly. So, yeah, it's nice chit-chatting. How long have I been on YouTube now? I think it's been like 9 months. Feels a lot more comfortable now talking to you guys, now that I know that I'm actually talking to people that, or there's people watching me that actually have seen me before, and it's been good. Probably before the end of the year, I've done this, most of the summer I've done smoked a lot of cigars. Making my cigar journal. And maybe what I'll do is I'll make a video at the end of the year. Just, like I was pretty much a noob when it came to cigars. Like I had the odd one here and there, but when I'd go in, the first time I went into a big cigar, like brick and mortar, I was lost. I looked at everything and I had no idea what I was looking at. And now when I go in there, I look at stuff and I know what I'm looking at. I know all the brands. I know Nicaraguan and Dominican, and I mean, there's still tons I haven't tried, but I have a good idea of what I like and what I don't like, and what companies are, are around, what they have to offer, what's new, what's old. So I'd like to just make a little bit of a video of what I've learned, and then maybe what my top 5 cigars were, or ones that really stood out, because I really haven't smoked, like even the ones that I really like, I've only smoked maybe one or two. Like I've smoked a couple of the Camacho Triple Maduros, which I liked, and I've smoked a couple of the Havana Castle house blends that I really liked. And another one I really liked, and it might be my favorite, is the Diesel Unholy Cocktail. So, anyway, I shouldn't say too much, I'll ruin my video. And I might do a giveaway sometime soon. I think I might give away, I got a couple Savinelli pipes that I don't use, but I think someone else might. So, yeah. Anyway, I think I'll end my video here. This is probably one of the longest rambles I've had in a while. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and stuck it out to the end and what have you. If you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know. Maybe I'll make a few more. So, alright, I'll see you guys later, and look forward to more cigar reviews and pipe reviews, and hopefully I'll be able to find ways to do it once the snow hits. I can still go and outside and do a couple reviews or something. We'll see. Alright, so you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Aromatics, signing out.